What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we're talking about Chris Pratt, because Chris Pratt, being a big star in Hollywood, and he has opinions that don't perfectly line up with what the leftist narrative would want him to say, and that's a big problem because, of course, that's how it always goes. Some of you may be wondering, where have I been? Why have I not been uploading videos? And if you're interested in that, I'll talk about it at the end of this video, but 90% of you don't give a shit about that. You just want to hear about the topic that I have provided, so we're going to get right into that. So Chris Pratt appeared on the Bill Maher podcast, and he's having a conversation with Bill Maher, and he has what most people will sit here and say are very level-headed opinions on this, and I think most people are going to agree with him, but you do have the Hollywood leftist mindset that are going to lose their minds because Chris Pratt didn't say what the left wants him to say. So let's listen to this comment right here.
In politics, you inherit enemies, and when you jump on on the bandwagon with who is the most divisive president ever, it makes sense that you're going to be made to look terrible, and so I don't know what to believe because
So now, first of all, he's talking about RFK Jr. being part of the Trump administration. I would disagree with Chris Pratt that Trump is the most divisive president ever. In fact, Donald Trump is the most popular president that we've ever seen and we've ever had, and he's also the most unifying president that we've ever had. Now, do retarded, mentally ill people hate him? Sure they do, and I don't care about them. They don't mean anything to me. Their opinions don't mean anything to me. Their tears don't mean anything to me. Their outrage doesn't mean anything to me. So no, Donald Trump is absolutely not the most divisive president ever. Barack Hussein Obama might be the most divisive, or Joe Biden, Mr. 81 million votes, he might be the most divisive, but it certainly is not President Trump. I understand Chris Pratt is walking a fine line right now. Totally respect that. But I just wanted to say, for the record, Donald Trump is absolutely not the most divisive president. Not even close. He's the most popular president and the most unifying president that we have ever had.
It's not like I sit with Bobby and I go, so hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. It's like we're just playing cards or playing Mafia or having fun or having dinner. I'm not going to pick his brain to find out exactly which of those things are true. I just kind of assume that none of them are. And for the most part, I wish him well, man. I hope there's certain things that he oversees that seem to be supported in a bipartisan way, like getting terrible toxic stuff out of our kids' food. I think that's a great thing. And so if you just do that, that's amazing. I'd hate to be so mired in hatred for the president that any success from his administration is something I'd have an allergic reaction to. To be like, oh, well, if they do it, I don't want it to happen. I'll put Clorox in my children's cereal myself. It's like, come on, be reasonable here. There's certain things that would be a good thing to have. I want them all to be successful.
And this is a really good answer from Chris Pratt. And again, he's walking a line. He knows he's walking a line. And he's done a really good job of trying to stay out of politics for the most part, even though everybody kind of understood where Chris Pratt was politically. He just stays out of it, which is exactly what actors should do for the most part. And so there's going to be a small portion of people that are going to, have a mental breakdown over this, but those people don't matter. And we've learned how much they don't matter. And so I'm really glad that Chris Pratt said this. That Park Place covered this. Chris Pratt defends Trump administration and RFK Jr. Bill Maher joins in shocking agreement. And yeah, I mean, Pratt pushes back on hatred politics, appearing on Bill Maher's Club Random podcast. Pratt rejected the idea of the opposition to Trump should mean rooting for his failure. And everything he says is right about this. I mean, clearly, all right, so James Gunn and Chris Pratt probably disagree on everything politically, but they still have a good working relationship. And this is what we really need to get back to within whatever it is, Hollywood or anything for that matter, is that we have to stop this mindset that everybody has to agree with you about everything. That's just not how the real world operates. And for the last decade, we've had this leftist mindset where they feel like everybody has to agree with us, and if they don't agree with this, then we have to cast them out and banish them or whatever. I don't care. I listen to people that I disagree with politically a lot, and it's fine. It doesn't mean that they're the worst people in the world. I disagree with them. big time. Now, in terms of like the people that are just screeching with TDS, like those people I like to make fun of. Those people absolutely deserve to be mocked and shamed. People like Mark Hamill, Chris Evans, Rob Reiner, those people, they're nuts and they deserve to be roasted. But a lot of these people just have different opinions, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm glad that Chris Pratt is kind of bringing that kind of level-headed discussion back into the fold, at least potentially. And it was nice to see. So I was happy to see that. So good on Chris Pratt. I mean, Chris Pratt is one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. And while stars are not as relevant as they used to be, and once people like, Tom Cruise are not making films anymore, which hopefully that's still a long ways away, even though he's getting older, he's still amazing. But we don't have mega movie stars anymore, and we probably won't have mega movie stars anymore. However, Chris Pratt, in a different time, would probably be a Tom Cruise level star in this age if we weren't so hive mind in Hollywood. Same with Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill should be one of the biggest stars in Hollywood right now. Look how much he's loved by the fans. Look how much the roles he's been in, people have, been so connected to, but yet we get Pedro Pascal cast in everything right now. So, I mean, it's a weird dynamic. And if you would have had someone like Chris Pratt, and again, we've seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy, we saw him in the Mario movie, massive successes, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whatever. But if you have a focus on that and just who do the fans want? Who do the fans connect to? Forget the idea of diversity or these quotas or representation, and just like, who do the people want to see? And they want to see Chris Pratt. They want to see Henry Cavill. They want to see other people. There's Denzel Washington of the world. I know he's getting older, but he's one of the most legendary actors of all time. And, who do the audience want to see? They want to see the people that are willing to do a good job, have a connections with the character, and have respect for the source material. This isn't rocket science at all, but Hollywood continues to, complicate that. So in terms of where I've been and what I've been up to, I mean, obviously I have not uploaded on this channel much, and I do apologize for the lack of content. I know most people don't watch the live streams, even though our live streams do very well, whether it be Geeks and Gamers Daily or our gaming streams over on Geeks and Gamers Play or my personal streams over on my D-Day Cobra channel. A lot of people don't have time to sit there and watch 2-3 hour live streams. And so a lot of people have kind of been out of the loop as to where have I been, what's been going on. And personally, I just kind of got tired of chasing the Hollywood algorithm bullshit on YouTube, I just got tired of it. It got old to me. YouTube in general, the game that you have to play on YouTube with playing the algorithm and putting the right thumbnail and getting the right title and changing the title and changing the thumbnail if the video is not performing, it became exhausting to me. I became exhausted with the whole process. I'm also burnt out on worrying about the latest woke Hollywood project, whether it be a TV show or a film or whatever. I don't care. I don't care about what's going on with Marvel. I don't care about what's going on with Lucasfilm. I just don't care. I've turned my attention to other things. There's a lot of good TV shows out there that I've been watching and catching up on. I've been doing a few reviews over on Criticless. If you guys have not, you can go over to Criticless, and they have a great app. But right here, I've been putting a lot of the stuff that I've been watching over here on Criticless. What's the most recent thing that I reviewed? War of the Worlds, which was terrible. But Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is something that I thought was extremely awesome. I gave it a 9 out of 10, 90% over there. Animal Kingdom was very good. And right now I'm watching Peaky Blinders. Just started watching that. And it's a very good show. And I just want to focus on things like that. I've been playing a lot of video games, a lot of my gaming streams on D-Day Cobra Gaming or Geeks and Gamers Play. I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart World. We just played Battlefield 6 Beta, which was awesome. I played Fortnite and looking forward to more games coming out. But I need to do a better job of communicating with everyone over here as to what's going on with me. And there's a lot of channels that'll continue to cover those things, and a lot of those guys are my friends, and I think that content is needed. I'm just personally burnt out on it. I don't care. I also got tired of chasing the views on YouTube. Do I need the views? Yes. Do I need the money to run this business? Absolutely. But if I don't care, I can't pretend that I care. Every video that I made on this channel over the last several years was because of something I cared about. You can say it's stupid to care about it if you want, and that's fine. But I cared about the things that I talked about on this channel. I thought that change would happen within Star Wars if enough fans voiced their displeasure. And after the rise of Skywalker, it was clear that Lucasfilm's never going to listen to the fans. They don't give a shit. Marvel's never going to listen to the fans. Disney completely checked out. So the things that I talked about, when I made those videos, I cared about the things that I was talking about. And now I don't care about those things in the same way. I care about 1980s G.I. Joe and early 90s G.I. Joe. I do still care about Nintendo. I am a Nintendo fan, and I have a Nintendo Switch, and I follow the Nintendo news. I'm way into gaming right now, following all of the news in the gaming world. And so with the YouTube side of things, if you're a YouTuber, you know this, but YouTube essentially, they give you a breakdown of your last 10 videos. And when you upload a new video, YouTube tells you how your most recent video is performing versus your previous 10 videos. And it's either performing at a 1 out of 10 and it puts you in a good mood, or you're performing at a 10 out of 10 and it puts you in a bad mood and you're freaking out and you're stressing out. And I got really tired of that. If you watch what I've done over on the D-Day Cobra channel, I often don't title my streams anything but CobraCast 199. I'm not playing the algorithm. I just put a meme thumbnail and a title, CobraCast 199. Now, there's certain times where if I know what I'm talking about or there is a specific news item, then I will specifically upload that so that I'm informing the audience. But 90% of the time, I just title it CobraCast 199 because I don't care about playing the algorithm. It's important. It gets you views. But I can't pretend to care about that shit anymore. As much as it's needed to run the business with all of the projects that we have in the works and the things that I need to fund, I'm burnout on playing that game. So I will make videos for this channel. I'm not going to chase the algorithm, and I'm not going to chase the latest news. I'm not going to be ambulance chasing necessarily. I did it with this Chris Pratt topic because it's something that I cared about. It's Chris Pratt being a conservative in Hollywood and talking about, you know, his experience with being friends with RFK, who's part of the Trump administration. And I thought he made very interesting points, so it was relevant to bring up. But I can't pretend to care about the latest woke Hollywood project or whatever. I don't care at all. Woke Hollywood's going to be woke Hollywood. They're going to continue to push out shit, and I'm going to not care about it because I don't think that they will change when they absolutely have to change. But it's not because of the fans. It's not because of the frustration. It's not because of our voices. It's because the bottom line will dry up, and it will dry up, and it has dried up in a lot of ways. I mean, Star Wars is essentially dead at this point, and it has been for a long time. Marvel is really on they're in the final stretches of having to realize that they have become Disney Star Wars. But there's a lot of cool stuff out there that I'm interested in, that I like, that I want to talk about, and it's not going to be as algorithm friendly, but ultimately it's going to be something I want to talk about. So you'll see more of me on this channel if you're interested. I'll cover controversial stuff when I think it's necessary or when I'm interested in it, but I can't be what I've been for the last several years on this channel, ambulance chasing and all of that. I just can't. Maybe I will turn the corner and get back to that, but I'm just not interested, and I haven't been for several months. And there's been things that I wanted to talk about with the James Gunn Superman because, all honesty, like, as frustrating as that movie was to me, wokeness was not part of the discussion or my frustration with James Gunn Superman. And that's the conversations I like to get back to. And I wish I would have made more videos on James Gunn Superman because, like I said, I didn't like the movie. I didn't like it at all. But at least the conversation was about the movie, and we were having nerd discussions and nerd arguments over it. And that is the best thing I can say. And that's ultimately what I want to see from a lot of these stuff. The stuff that we have coming out right now. But, I mean, I'm looking forward to getting further into Peaky Blinders. I loved Cobra Kai. I thought it ended wonderfully. They did such a great job. I've been pretty happy with the release of the Nintendo Switch 2. However, I think Nintendo better drop some big news, or even though they broke the records for the biggest release in video game history, I think if Nintendo doesn't have a big announcement in the next month or two, I think they could be in some serious trouble, and we're going to have to see. And I probably should make more videos breaking some of that down and my thoughts on that. Or maybe I'll just talk about G.I. Joes. I don't know. But anyway, if you've hung around this long, I do appreciate it. I thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a good evening. It's good to be back making videos. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. Have a great day, and we will talk to all of you later.